Yep, I'm back. I am back. Y'all know who it is. Into JoJo TV Entertainment here with another video. You know how we have to start it off with like a good MT JoJo TV news. This is for the news, the whole live. Who watching the whole live? It's a whole news. It's a whole news going. So y'all might have to ask me, where have you been? I've been I've been exploring life in different ways. And I am in school. I am in school. And y'all might ask me why you didn't drop that school video yet. Bro, bro, guys. Chill. It's a whole story, gang. It's a whole story. I always have to hit you with my story times. So like one day off the small sweater moon, it once was to a place in my heart deeply, and I can shine. Different I couldn't see when this storm struck tonight. So when I tell you, it's me. This day I never see sparking my downness or different joys I can't see. With it had off my pants. Flown. I took it. I didn't stop and glance. So it basically fell out my pocket when I was like flown. What's up, Freddie Traps? Freddie! That's phone number right there. Yeah. Yeah, you were talking about some real shit. Y'all need to tune in. Y'all missing out. Y'all missing out. For real. Definitely one of the guys. And he just dropped like 2 videos today. Not today, but like yesterday. You have to really talk about it. And I'm gonna talk about it. And I'm gonna talk about it. On some real shit. You feel me? Because we're making progress. If y'all can't see, hey Freddie, can you hear me? Is this good? Is this good? Is the mic good? Cause this is a new setup. I got a new setup, guys. I got a new setup. I'm about to really take off. You too. Love and peace to you, brother. Love to you, brother. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to see. That's what I'm trying to see if you hear me in the mic. I was just talking about a story time. I found my videos. I put a drop all my videos, bro. I'll put a drop all my videos. I lost my phone. It's like this luck of mine didn't want me to achieve, but I'm about to achieve what I'm supposed to that I'm destined for. That I'm destined for a fact. So, and I've been in school. So I've been doing schoolwork. I'm trying to graduate. I'm trying to make something of myself. So I have to put that before I can come to y'all guys. Before I can come to y'all and make sure my life is in order. Cause I told you this was a hobby of mine and I like doing this. I like doing this. This is really fun. I like spending my life doing this. Like I'll get up every day and do this. I mean, I told you I want to drop bangers after bangers after bang, and the bangers keep dropping. Bro, it's all love, bro. Bro, here from the title today, we're gonna see if wokeness in public school is helping our youth or hurting them. That's the subject of today. So tune in, guys. Tune in. For a bet. For a fact. Okay. But y'all already know how we get down. Y'all already know how we get down. Wokeness in public schools, helping or hurting students. It's an open debate, guys. So we're gonna have an open debate. So I want to hear y'all thoughts on this subject and controversy topics. And it's from John Donvan. He got a nice lot of videos to see. If have y'all ever heard of social media social media is good for democracy? Is social media good for democracy? Do y'all think social media is good for democracy? That's what I'm trying to tell y'all right now. Is social media good for democracy? Y'all might y'all might say yes. Democracy is good. Social media is good for democracy because it's getting everybody's opinion, but everybody's opinion don't align with your goals. You want to know why? Because these platforms are just an addiction for y'all to see. I'm not lying. For what's going on to the world, it's good because it helps with with our movements that we want to make. Global protests and hearing voices from dictated countries. Bro, I'm trying to help y'all tune in. Are y'all listening right now? Are y'all really listening? Are y'all really listening? You're not lying. Social media is ran by the media, right? Social media is run by the medias. And that's what people don't get to this day. And that's what you're not getting. Because social media can influence our opinions and judgment towards life. And it gets to a point where y'all get controlled. And I don't want to get controlled for me. And I'm trying to tell y'all not to get control with y'all too. and believe in everything y'all see. Like if I'm lying, I'm lying, I'm dying. Donald Trump literally just said he's gonna release the files for John F. Kennedy. What do you mean you're gonna release the files? What do you mean you're gonna release the files for him? He said it's supposed to drop today. That's what he came out yesterday. That's what he said yesterday. That's literally what he said yesterday. I was like, whoa. I was like, whoa. That just blew my mind. That just blew my mind. That just blew my mind. I was like, wow. What is he doing to giving us these information? Is crazy to me. It's real life crazy to me. So I'm gonna say we're gonna jump into a different time and do our homework and get back to that. But let's tune into what we here for today. So y'all already know it. We're gonna hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and definitely know MT JoJo TV showing love. MT JoJo TV showing love. You know? Hashtag MT JoJo TV family. I'm gonna say showing love. Okay. And it's crazy. We having a whole debate topic. I can't wait to get into this video. And we're gonna take some notes. We're gonna take some notes. We're really gonna take some notes on what's going on today in this video right now. We're gonna take some good notes. Where did it just go? What up? Had to make sure we got our book ready and what we're gonna take down for today. What are we gonna take down for today? Okay. Let's get into the video.
As intended by those who first coined the term to recognize inequalities in society and whose goal was to do something about them. Of course, there is a lot of room here to disagree on what the words woke and wokeness actually mean, and perhaps we will see some of that as we discuss something as complex as public school education. Here's the question we're debating. Wokeness in public schools, hurting or helping students? Let's please meet our debaters on the question of whether wokeness in public schools is hurting or helping. We have Ian Rowe. He's going to argue that it is hurting. Ian is a senior fellow at the American Enterprise Institute and co-founder of Vertex Partnership Academies. That's a charter public school system in the Bronx. His other previous roles include a teacher for Teach for America, also CEO of a nonprofit charter school network in the South Bronx and Lower East Side of Manhattan. And he has been deputy director of post-secondary success at the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
Can y'all hear me, guys? Whoa. Can I hear me? Let's go, because
Ian, welcome to Open to Debate.
Thank you, John, and thank.
Whoa. What's going on? Bro, that's why I be hating this, bro. I be hating this, bro. Bro, it be killing people mood. It be killing people mood.
Thank you to the full.
That's crazy. Okay, bet. So I'm gonna try something. Y'all just watching me. That's crazy. Not even crazy. This is real life. I'm trying to take some notes, and this stuff wanna act out. I don't even know what's going on, but we're gonna solve this problem. We're gonna solve this problem every way throughout, because we're gonna learn about this debate and topic for today. So I want y'all to take the time to tell me what's your thoughts on that? Wokeness in public schools. Should it be teach or not teach? And I will give you my definition of wokeness. My definition of wokeness is being aware and and knowing who you are as a person. That's mine. That's mine. Um, definition of being awoke, because awoke is schools building the youth to see to be better themselves outside when they leave schools, teaching us the real things that we are supposed to do.
Open debate team, and thank you to Dr. Caldera. While I imagine we strongly disagree on whether or not wokeness in public school
Can wokeness
Okay,
actually
I
mean?
wasn't
And
listening, so
perhaps we will see some of that
let's
as we
find out
discuss something as
what's going on.
complex as public school education. Here's the question we're debating: wokeness in public schools, hurting or helping students? Let's please meet our debaters on the question of whether wokeness in public schools is hurting or helping. We have Ian Rowe. He's going to argue that it is hurting. Ian is a senior fellow at the American Enterprise Institute and co-founder of Vertex Partnership Academies. That's a charter public school system in the Bronx. His other previous roles include a teacher for Teach for America, also CEO of a nonprofit charter school network in the South Bronx and Lower East Side of Manhattan. And he has been deputy director of post-secondary success at the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Ian, welcome to Open to Debate.
Thank you, John, and thank you to the full open debate team, and thank you to Dr. Caldera. While I imagine we strongly disagree on whether or not wokeness in public schools is helping or hurting students, I really do appreciate the opportunity to discuss the question.
Thanks very much for that, Ian. But it is now time to bring the floor and the attention and the spotlight to Altheria Caldera, who is arguing that wokeness is helping students. Altheria is a senior professional lecturer at the School of Education at American University. Her research focuses on promoting racial equity in schools, specifically in areas of language and literacy, Black girlhood, and equitable education practices. She spent decades herself as a teacher in middle schools, secondary, and post-secondary schools, so a lot of experience right where it's happening. Altheria, thank you so much for joining us on Open to Debate.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
So let's get to our opening statements. We want to ask each of you to take a few minutes to explain why you're taking the side that you are. Again, Ian, you are up first, and again, you are arguing that wokeness in public schools is hurting students. Please tell us why.
Thank you, John. And again, thank you, Dr. Caldera. So for the last 15 years, I've run public charter schools in the Bronx, New York, with primarily low-income Black and Hispanic students. I've seen the extremely harmful effects when public school teachers see boys and girls not as individuals, but as just victimized representatives of their race or gender or whatever superficial characteristic that some educators insist makes these students inherently oppressed. Thankfully,
I think Ian have a point. I think Ian have a point, guys. Because Ian's whole point is that wokeness is teaching the kids they are not victims for who they is, an individual as a boy or girl or genders. I mean, thus can be important because what I wanted to say, cause because like, dang, that's crazy. But guys, we just gonna go right into it, cause wokeness is like not treating our kids like victims, right? For who they are, and their gender, from their gender and their color. Because you just telling them it's a system there's to build to break them. But wokeness is kind of like, yes, you have to tell them. Yes, you have to tell them, you have to tell them. Because you are a human being, you have to tell them what's going on into the real world as who you are as a color. And gender is important because people become um bisexual, trans, or even gay, and trying to find their life. Because we are trying to enlist this child and showing the school boards what's going on.
As a public school leader, I have also seen what happens when the empowering alternative is practiced, when students are treated as individuals with inherent dignity and agency. Children.
Okay, hold up, guys. I'm getting a call. But back into it, yeah. Hello. What's up? Hey, sister showing some love. Yeah. Just checking up on me. That's real love right there. And that's crazy. That's crazy to me.
Children who have the capacity to overcome adults constantly telling them that they are trapped in unjust systems, and young people who ultimately have the ability to lead self-determined lives of meaning and purpose. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines woke as being, quote, aware of and actively attentive to important facts and issues, especially issues of racial and social justice, end quote. That's a fine definition. However, in practice, the definition goes further. A woke person is someone who typically has three core beliefs. First, systems of oppression are woven into the very foundation of all of America's institutions, culture, society, and laws. Second, any disparity in outcomes at the identity group level, such as race, is proof of discrimination and oppression. And third, finally, the solution to all of this is not equality of opportunity for individuals, but rather forcing equality of outcomes at the identity group level, or shorthand, equity. Dr. Caldera,
He is making a good point. Dang. Like I just feel so thrown off today. I don't know what it is, guys. I don't know what it is. But we just gonna just keep going. This life is crazy. His life is crazy to me. Things are just going far place. I don't even know what to do. I know exactly what to do. I know like let's y'all put it together right back into the video. Right back into the video. It's like acting. If I am who I am and I'll be, that's how I'd be. Yeah, that's how I'd be. To see all to see me on TV. I'm just being me. I'm just being me. That's who I am. Tough. Tough. Some real shit. But I'm about to just tune in. I just needed that just grace. Just sit down and just talk to y'all. It's kind of crazy to me. I'm not gonna cap on some real life shit. That's why I'm about to be chilling in the rampage. Fofo on my grand tank. But I can rap to y'all. I'm a rapping person. I'm a rapping person. So I'm about to just show y'all like I'm just about to show y'all like who I am. Cause y'all might ask me, what did MT to JoJo TV stand for? And I told you I was in a rebranding of my whole self. And like I know I choose to where I want to be now. Cause that's who I am as a person. And I love to grow and become better. Yeah. Yeah, you probably said I'm taking too long. Just get into the video. I don't know. Something just told me just to talk to y'all. So it's just, I guess it's just my intrusive thoughts or just who I am as a person. Cause I'm learning. I'm learning who I am as I grow. Yeah. Have you ever heard about P2? Man, P2 died. May P2 rest in peace. Like I grew up watching P2 and he was a harder YouTuber around. Okay, we all know he was way better than what's his name? Dang. I forgot his name. That's crazy to me. It's crazy to me, 'cause that's who I am, where I'm supposed to be. I'm cruising on a no spot, crawling all when I just ran up. It's me and you through the sun and the earth. Miss all your calls and I turn up when I hurt. It's 2 stars when I pull up when rant. It's just me in a $2 can. Okay, let's see if Wokeness is good for students. My attention span was not that long. My attention span was not that long, guys. So he's gonna tune in and get through the video. I'll put a take to the series. I'm gonna drop videos after videos. We're gonna get back. We're gonna get back. I don't know, cause it sound boring to me now doing this video, but this is a controversial topic. So I'm gonna just tell you my opinion. Cause this is crazy. I really like watching this.
Reviewed some of your research, I saw that you recently described white supremacy culture as, quote, the system of domination that governs our everyday lives, that is very pervasive in everything we do, end quote.
You feel me? He does have a good point. He got a good point, because why we would just be telling us that our kids have a higher rank than a white man, which we are supposed to tell us. We're all supposed to tell our kids, especially me as a black human being, that is being awoke. That is being awake. That's being aware of who you is. Because if y'all think about it, society is messed up today because they're literally Donald Trump is literally kicking the Mexicans out. Kicking them out and making it harder for us to get a passport. To even get for he literally made them buy they can buy literally a $5 million social security card, and that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me, because he said we are worth that much. He basically told us we are worth $5 million. It's a social security gold card. So the gold card is like you can come here and work and get a job, basically. And that's just a starting point. And do whatever you want to do in my world. Not as bogus. That's hilarious. That's crazy to me. Real life. Man, well, I don't know what's going on. But he does got a point. Like, we're not supposed to. I'm gonna teach my kids that we are supposed to teach our kids that, but we not should tell them, because that does make it harder as a multicolored man. You know, they hard, but we should not trap ourselves into this system, because other people come here for opportunities too. Um, um, People can literally run their own stores, construction sites, and come from different country, and start their own business. Because people come here for opportunities. Because this is America.
Racism and discrimination of many types certainly still exist in our society, and we all need to fight it. whether it is real white supremacists or so-called anti-racist ideologues who often practice racism themselves. But do you know what also exists in our society? Opportunity. 7 of the wealthiest
It
8
does.
ethnic groups in the United States today are populations of color. Every year, millions of people of every background risk their lives to come to the United States in search of opportunity.
They literally risk their
Wokeness
lives.
ignores the tens of millions of the so-called marginalized who thrive in this country every day, not because they embrace
Cause they just want to cause they just want to get to a better society. A better society here for us today. And people not people I don't know why they want to come to America. Cause Trump fucking everything up. I'm cussing. I need to stop cussing. That's crazy to me. Come on, let's get back in the video.
the woke message of victimhood, but because they rejected victimhood and learned that there are pathways to prosperity in the very same systems that woke advocates claim are rigged against them. I look forward to discussing more about how wokeness is harming children in public education and why I believe the pursuit of individual agency is the correct path forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Ian.
But I don't know why the wokeness is it's not just supposing to just stay race. It's just one of the identities of coming a human being and being aware around their surroundings. But it's not. But I don't believe it's a society to make people is rigged, because they do rig us. Like they make laws for us to even come to this for us to even come to this country. I'm just gonna say that for us to come to this country, buy us food. You know, getting killed. Some people can't even walk down the street, and we have sundown towns. You know, that's like telling the world to be nice to each other. Like, why the people hurt? Yeah, yeah.
All right, Altheria, you are taking the opposite side. You disagree quite strongly. You believe that wokeness in public schools is actually helping students. Here is your chance, please, to tell us why.
Sure. I am a proud member of what the right has called the woke mob, a later label that is meant to be a pejorative, but which in actuality is imbued with qualities that are central to our democracy. Recognizing the power that language holds to shape hearts and minds, conservatives have been successful at using and misusing words to paint a false narrative about what it means to be woke. As is characteristic of their anti truth movement, they have obscured the true meaning and intent of woke and have denigrated those who advocate for wokeness by portraying us as dangerous, Marxist, unpatriotic militants.
And that's and some people have to deal with that identity for who they is, because if you think about Muslim, they come here and bomb our world, and people portray that image on them and said for who they is, and they get treated differently. They came here and bombed the Twin Towers, and then we all treated them. They're all with the same. Yeah, there was some terrorists, but that don't make every one of them the same.
For these reasons, I must explain in simple terms what it means to be woke. To be woke means to be socio-politically aware. It means being conscious of societal injustices and committed to social justice. To believe in the need to be woke, one must first recognize that our society has fallen short of living up to its aspiration of liberty and justice for all. This is the point that Mr. Rowe fails to make in his argument that we do believe in society being unjust and that we work to make it more just. And the failure to acknowledge that, to me, is the center of the conflict. In public schools, wokeness looks like teachers who integrate examinations of social and political issues that impact the lives of their students. As an example, a high school English teacher might have their students read about how shifting immigration policies have determined what populations have been allowed to become citizens and what populations have not. The teacher encourages students to look for patterns and ask questions about who has benefited from these laws and who hasn't. Students can then write essays proposing ways to make immigration laws fair or write personal narratives about how today's immigration laws.
And that's what that the world is failing to see, because it will get to a point where we're just like not being aware of how the society was built. Be aware of how the society was being built. And the way it had been built, it wasn't okay. It wasn't okay at all. It wasn't okay. Because we literally, I'm not gonna say yeah, I'm not gonna say me. I didn't do it, but like people people like people literally people like literally call people literally take this land from the native and made it theirs and traded them for greed and gold, and that's what it is. It really is. Hold up, guys. I'm about to take a call. We just have to handle business, guys. We just have to handle business. Thank you for momentary waiting. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's crazy. We've been here for like 45 minutes now. And we didn't even get into the video that deep.
Impact their lives and the lives of their families. Conservatives argue that woke teachers indoctrinate students. To the contrary, woke teachers promote inquiry, exploration, analytical thinking, and listening to different perspectives. I advocate for woke pedagogy for several reasons. Students, number one, students should see their lives reflected in curricula. Number two, students should learn to develop the critical thinking necessary to seek solutions to long-standing societal challenges. The right would argue that there are no long-standing challenges that we need to address. All we need to do is work hard and exercise agency. Schools should prepare students to be engaged citizens in a democratic society. In sum, I want schools to be places where students are encouraged to ask meaningful questions, to seek answers to persistent problems, and to work collaboratively in pursuit of discovery. I want this kind of school because I want this kind of society. It is important to point out that this is the kind of school that I and other social justice educators envision with a
And that's a good envision, because we just can't be going into this world and letting our history go away, because history don't erase. It's just huge events people want to forget. And that's what it is. Huge event that people want to forget, because they're hiding, they teachers, they hiding their children identity and background, where they came from. That's what it all, because they just don't tell us the full history of that's really what it is. And who you are as a black man growing in this society, or a black woman, or a Latino man. Cause Cesar Chavez didn't go through nothing. He told us where we can go, like on some real on a real situation. On a real situation.
a few exceptions. It is not a description of schools as they are. Those who believe that schools are woke are not dealing in reality, because the truth is that the deluge of state laws introduced by conservatives and passed over the last
Right,
5
not
years
dealing in
have
reality.
limited the pursuit of truth and intellectualism in schools. So the question guiding tonight's debate might better be asked in this way: if public schools were woke, would students be helped or harmed? And I obviously believe that woke education would help students learn how laws and policies function,
Yeah.
to oppress or liberate, to develop empathy and compassion, and feel empowered to be change agents. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Althea. I want to check in with each of you very, very briefly to ask each of you this question. I'll go to you first, Ian. I'm going to ask Althea the same
All right,
question.
chat.
What did
I'll
you
be
hear from
right
your
back.
opponent that you think?
Give me like 2 seconds. Yeah, I'm coming. Guys, I know it's been a minute, so we're gonna eat and watch a podcast. It's getting late. Eat. Let's get back in the video, guys. What I had to help my grandma.
Think
Help the loved
she
ones
is getting
need
most
in the world.
fundamentally wrong that you would want to debate back against?
Well, I run schools, particularly in communities where we see many of the racial disparities that I think people who describe themselves as woke is this is what they're aware of. They're aware of these injustices that occur. I think where Dr. Caldera and I probably fall down is that I think she falls into the second description I described, which is that any disparity must be due to systemic racism that has been woven into the very fabric of the country. And that kind of monocausal thinking, in my view, blinds you to all the other factors which are far more determinative. For example, very quickly, in the district...
I'm going to ask you to hold the example just so that in the interest of time, but we've heard what you had to say on that. And Althea, I want to go to you the same question as you've heard from your opponent. What do you think he's most fundamentally getting wrong in his argument?
I, first of all, have to say that you're not correct, Mr. Rowe, in the assumption that I attribute all disparities to racial injustice. Racial injustice is just one of many forms of injustice that students experience in this country as a result of living in a white supremacist culture. So that's the first thing. It's not all about race, but it is largely about race. Secondly, I'll answer your question, John, about what I feel like Mr. Rowe gets wrong here. And that is the belief that if we are woke, we cannot also be advocates of individual pursuits of excellence. And that is simply not the case. I don't operate in a binary world where there is either or. I believe in both and. So, yes, is it important for students to be aware of systemic injustices and have individual motivation, show initiative and drive and discipline and determination to reach their goals? It doesn't have to be one or the other.
And we are taking on this question: wokeness in public schools, hurting or helping students? Our debaters: Ian Rowe, American Enterprise Institute Senior Fellow, and Althea Caldera, Senior Professional Lecturer at American University School of Education. And what we heard them say in their opening statements, they did spend quite a bit of time talking about what the word woke means to them. And we heard Ian Rowe say that, in his view, wokeness in schools is kind of an agenda of teaching students that the world is, if they are members of minority groups, that the world is kind of rigged against them, that it is kind of eternally that way, that white supremacy culture not only exists, but that it is a system of keeping them down, and that his concern is that when students have internalized this notion, that it has a negative impact on their own sense of agency. And that's his main concern about the impact on students and why he says it's hurting. From Althea Caldera, we're saying that she says, okay, I'm a member of what's called the woke mob, but she feels that from both her opponent and the right in general, that their depiction of what the word woke means is something of a caricature. And her pushback comprises the notion that wokeness is simply an awareness of injustices and a desire to do something about them. And then in terms of students, that includes making them aware of those injustices in a way that she feels increases their sense of inquiry and their critical thinking, and ultimately, as citizens, to be able to seek solutions. So,
and so it's not rigged. So I understand where Ian is coming from, but it's not. But it's not having them come by surprise and not saying what the world really is for who we are. And Clara was right about it's spicy, bro. About people becoming into the world for who they are and becoming an identity, overcoming the challenges that are placed for them. Because there are challenges that are placed for them.
I hear from the beginning we have a disagreement about what this word wokeness means, and I think we would be better off not being stuck on arguing the definition a great deal further, because we've heard where both of you stand on that, particularly in your last thoughts, but to talk about some of the actual things that are alleged by you, Ian, to be happening in classrooms in a very specific way, that you would attribute to this kind of woke culture, and for you to make the case that, number one, these things are happening. Number two, what the impact on students is. And I'd like to then let Altheria respond to what you're saying is happening. So if you could, pick an example of a program, a policy, a curriculum, a book, anything like that, that would kind of make this more concrete.
Well, let me say a couple of things. First is, not only as you just described, is if a student hears over and over and over again that they're rigged, there's in systems that are rigged, that are dominant, not only is that harmful to the students, there's a whole other separate issue where this focus on systemic injustice being the central problem facing our school system, and where it's white supremacy culture. It is the case that only about 30% of all American students are reading at grade level. 37%, according to the 2022 National Assessment for Educational Progress, only 37% of all white 8th grade students are reading at grade level. It's unlikely that systemic racism is the reason that white students have perennially, in the entire 50 years that the National Assessment for Educational Progress has been given, has a majority of white students been reading at grade level.
Okay, I'm gonna jump in, because the question that you're answering there really is: are there other factors that might explain what the underperformance of students? But my question to you is, what's happening in the classroom? And you said to be told over and over and over again that the system is rigged. Where do you see that lesson being taught? And if you can cite an example that of a program that you would want to stop.
Yeah, there are several examples. So, for example, in Evanston, Illinois, and throughout the country, schools typically led by woke educators have done something what's called a privilege walk. And what a privilege walk is, imagine a classroom of students. The teacher lines all the students up in a horizontal line and then gives them a series of instructions, which are along the lines of: if you're white, take 2 steps forward. If you're black, take 3 steps backward. And there are a series of questions that, based on your either skin color, your gender, your class, you have to take this physical position that puts you forward or backward. Well, guess what? That is an example of a practice that's inspired by critical race theory, that makes assumptions about who you are, whether or not you are. What's also another exercise where students are asked to place themselves on what's called an oppression matrix, where literally an oppression matrix is something
Is there a school district where you can cite that actually?
Evanston, Illinois is just one of many.
Okay, so you've given us a couple of concrete examples, and Altheria, I'd like you to address the example number one.
Sure.
I might be asking you, do you agree that this is happening in schools? Do you think it's a useful lesson for students? And I want to go back to Ian to talk about why that's harmful for students, but I want to let you have a response to the question first.
Sure. I think I said in my
Guys, I have to go. I have to go. But I love y'all guys. See you for the next show. Love, peace. It's for y'all guys. I love y'all. But love, peace. Peace.